Hey everybody, especially those of you who've been watching me working on the 81 Cadillac with the 864 engine, the 6-liter 368. This is just a short update for you. As you've probably seen in my previous videos, I was struggling with that engine and it ended up seizing up on me. I had put oil in the cylinders. I did a lot. I ended up at the end putting oil in the cylinders, rolling it over, getting it freed up, and then having it, seize up, firing it up and running it for about 10 or 15 seconds and having it quit. The point of this video is I have found a different engine for the Caddy. This is a remanufactured 368, and it's going to be a few months before I can get it in, so this is, I've got some prep work to do. The garage that the car is in has other things in it, and there's no way I've got enough room to pull the engine today, so I've got a few months worth of work to get things cleared out. Right now, this engine's in my garage in Michigan, and when the time comes, I'm going to do a little bit more prep here, but when the time comes, I'm going to need to take it and haul it out to where the car is in Wyoming, somehow. I was looking for options, and the problem with the 368 is they only built this engine for 4 years total, and they built it in what I would call volume for 2 years, and then after that it only went in like commercial chassis and special applications. So as I was looking for parts, if my engine in the car now is seized, it needs to be rebored presumably. I don't know till I get it out, but boy, I've done about everything else. Assuming that the pistons are damaged, finding new pistons is difficult. You have to have a set custom made, and so you need to know how much you're going to have to overbore, and maybe you make an assumption, but as I was looking, I was hunting around for pistons. Aftermarket set of pistons is $800 to $1,000. It kind of looked like a challenge, and I still don't know what I've got when I get it out. And then I've got the logistics of getting an engine back and forth, and getting it to a shop, getting it checked, getting pistons ordered for it. So anyway, as I was hunting around for things, this engine came up on eBay, of all places, from an engine shop out east. And in going back and forth with messages with them, they told me this engine's been around their shop for several years. I don't know what the story behind it is, but they apparently did it a number of years ago, and all I can assume, it's just an assumption, all I can assume is that the customer for it, never took the engine or something. But the idea that they did it several years ago, they probably did it while they still could get pistons at a reasonable price. In any case, it's a 30 over rebored. They've redone the heads. They've They've installed new cam bearings in it. It does not have a cam in it, cam and lifters. But what they did is set it up so that you could put a cam in it, whatever is the correct one for your application. And so my intent is to start working on the other one out in Wyoming when I get enough room. And I will take the cam and lifters very carefully, keep everything in order, but I'll take the cam and lifters out and move it to this engine and install a new timing chain, a number of other new parts, to refresh this. And I can swap the intake manifold over and get this all back together and put this into the 81 Deville and hopefully make her run again. It's going to be a longer term project for sure, just because I don't get out there. I have work to do here in Michigan, I have work to do in Wyoming, and I only get back and forth every few weeks. So anyway, the good news is I have an engine. I'm going to show you a few pictures. I've poked some holes in the tape so I can run my camera down in the cylinders and a couple of ports and just look through it. But for everything I see right now, it looks pretty good. And, I can see the crosshatch. I can see the piston say 030 on top. There will be quite a bit of work. I'll have to switch the crankshaft damper over and so forth, but I went through this one. They gave me really good pictures, which I can show you here in a moment, without the tape on it. They did a very nice job of crating it up for me. It was in a wooden crate sitting vertically on the rear flange, and which caused me a little bit of a challenge figuring out how to get it back horizontal again without damaging any fittings or the oil pan or anything. Took an engine hoist and a come along and a couple of ratchet straps to get it turned back horizontal and mounted to my engine stand. But it looked like it made the trip from out east just fine, truck freight. And like I say, now I can look at it, I can do some prep. Before I bought it, they had some good pictures of the part numbers. So I could see that the casting number on the block was correct and matched what's in there. The cylinder head number matched. There is a VIN number scratched, imprinted in the block. And based on looking at that VIN number, it looked like it was also consistent with it probably being a 1981 vehicle that it came out of in roughly the same time frame. So as long as my research was good, I should really be in pretty good shape. It's just going to be a matter of, like I say, getting ready out there, getting it moved out, and then as I get time, getting the old engine removed from the car and parts removed from it so I can finish dressing this one up and making a swap. So all I can say is, those of you who are interested, stay tuned for more. It'll be a little bit of time, but I've got a path. This seemed to make the most sense, and when I get the other engine out, I'm certainly going to be interested in digging in a little deeper. So here are the pictures from the engine shop before they wrapped it up, and all looks pretty darn good. And for those of you who don't know, an 864, this is a Cadillac 6-liter 368, and basically the engine block crank rods are the same. It's a big block Cadillac engine from the 60s and 70s. Same basic structure as the it was a 472, a 500. They had it down to 425 in the late 70s. And as the fuel economy regulations came in, they needed to take the displacement down. And so they cut the bore and brought it down to a 6-liter displacement, a 368. But as far as I can tell, all the numbers and so forth look good. Here's just a little bit of video with my camera in the cylinders. Some of these pictures probably aren't terribly exciting, but I kind of just wanted to make sure the cylinder walls looked okay. I mean, why shouldn't they? It's a nice fresh rebuild, but it always helps to just check. My camera doesn't have the brightest LEDs, so sometimes it's hard to get a good look, and I just kind of twist it around until I'm getting to where you can see crosshatch on the cylinder walls. When I get into this one, there's a spot here where you can see the 030 and verify that it's a 30 overbore piston. And I also went through and I thought I had some pictures going down the ports and looking at the valves, but something happened to my recording and it didn't show up. Other than that, the engine looks like it's in pretty good shape. It's clean, it's bare. So as I get a chance, I'm going to try to get it untaped and when the weather warms up just a little bit, and get it masked off and cleaned, and spray it, prime it and paint it before I put it in. And then as spring approaches, try to get things ready so I can get the old engine out and get the new engine in, get all my tools and my engine hoist and stuff, and go make the swap. But as I say, it's probably still a few months off. In the meantime, it really feels good to have an engine in hand that I can prep and get this car back going again. So, hey everybody, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. If you like these, like and subscribe and help my channel. And hey, that's all for now.